Welcome back to BRMC's Healthy Connection with our guest today, Regina Ellis of the Peitz Cancer Support House. She is the coordinator there, and we've been talking all sorts of programs that are going on over at Peitz Cancer Support House, and you've got the What You Need to Know classes.
Yes, those are going to be fabulous classes. It's a new educational series that we've started, and we really wanted to give not only newly diagnosed cancer patients, but friends and family and just the general public some information. What is cancer? And, you know, that's really just kind of a basic question that, you know, we think we know, but do we know? And especially when someone's diagnosed with it, you know, what's going on and the type of cancer that they have and things like that. So from that, it kind of led to some discussions, and we decided to put together this educational series for people. The first class will answer that question in its entirety. What is cancer? It's an overview of what cancer is, how it works, how it grows, how it's diagnosed, just everything that we can do, you know, talk about in that realm. And it's set up to be about an hour-long informational session. We're going to host the first one Tuesday, March 6th.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Then from that on the following week, Tuesday, March 13th, we'll have What You Need to Know About Cancer Treatment.
Okay.
What's chemotherapy? What's radiation?
Yeah, we know the words, but we really don't know what's involved. I would say
what's involved and how it works. You know, how does this take care of cancer? You know, so we'll kind of get into some of, you know, that information. Some knowledge is power.
You bet it is.
And we definitely want to empower all of our cancer patients to overcome this disease and empower their support systems and their family members, their caregivers, and give people some good
what you're
information.
Deal with.
Yeah, what they're dealing with, and you know, you'll be around people that have maybe been through it as well, and you might be able to get some tips on how they dealt with nausea or how they dealt with different things.
And it's not the same for everyone.
It's not. It really isn't.
I know,
but we wanted to give some basic general, you know, information to people to provide them with an ability to go forward on this journey and feel that they can handle it.
Right.
That's, you know, really the bottom line for our series. Our third class will be What You Need to Know About Support and Resources. Because we are so blessed with so many resources in our area that people, they don't know about.
You've got information, I know, in written form on every single cancer, I think, that is known out there.
Yes.
You've got something about it.
I have access to information on over 120 different types of cancer, which is just amazing, and, you know, it's almost overwhelming. So, you know, we want to help provide that to people and make sure that they get some good doctor-approved information, you know, that will lead them on, you know, on a path of how to handle this and what's going on with them. Our fourth class is going to be absolutely fabulous. We have Jan Halligan. She's the renowned dietitian at Baxter Regional Medical Center.
Is.
And she's going to go through nutrition and cancer treatment. Because when you're in treatment for cancer, your nutrition requirements change. And that's something, you know, everybody, you know...
I did not know that it would be...
It can be very different, you know.
So it's depleting maybe vitamins that you need to replenish?
And, you know, even just calories. You know, you immediately think, oh my gosh, I've got cancer, and now I need to do what we talked about preventing. I need to cut back, and I need to eat all this, and I need to eat all that. That may not necessarily be the case. Your body's working very, very hard to fight a disease that you're, you know, going through, and it needs fuel. So she's going to go through ways that you can do that. Plus, on the flip side of that, you may be taking some medications that make you not feel like eating. So how can I get good nutrition when I don't feel like eating?
Yeah.
You know, so there are a lot
with supplemental drinks, perhaps, or something.
Yeah, there's lots of nutritional things, and Jan's going to help us walk that.
And boy, no one will do it better than Jan Halligan.
And there's, you know, and the same thing. There's not a okay, here's your nutritional plan. You're a cancer patient. This is what you need to do. You know, it's unfortunately it's not quite that simple. And we're all different, and we like different things, and different things taste good to us, and you know, we're all unique, so we need some tips and tricks that can help us find our plan and not have to do somebody else's plan. So she's going to help us
very
with that.
individualized, one-on-one type of thing. I'm sure she's takes questions from the audience. So
yes, she
more
does.
than happy to answer those.
It'll you know, be very eye-opening and very informative, and really we want all of the whole series to be that way. We want to be able to provide them with some basic information and some things that will help them in their journey and make it individualized for them. So we're excited about offering those. We do have a limited space, so we're going to be offering classes beginning in March, and then if for some reason you're unable to attend one of more sessions, we'll have some more scheduled as we go out. Okay. So just call the Peitz House, 508-2273, and sign up.
All right. Most of those in the afternoon, did you say?
We're going to be hosting on my Tuesday afternoons at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So hopefully, you know, we'll just have a rotating schedule there and be able to provide those for people. So, that's exciting and interesting. We also have a program that's coming up March 2nd. That's a Friday. It's the first Friday in March.
I know what that one is.
Very, very interesting event. Colon cancer. We have a lot of colon cancer survivors in our area, and colon cancer really affects a lot of people. So there is a national program called Dress in Blue. Everybody knows about pink for breast cancer.
Yep.
But you know, that's not the only cancer there is out there. There's other cancers besides breast cancer.
And they need a color too.
They need a color too. And so the National Colon Cancer Alliance has created an event, and they've been doing this for a couple of years now. And in fact, we participated last year. It was the first year that as the Peitz House we participated in our Dress in Blue event. And so it's the first Friday in March. So this year that'll be March 2nd.
So wear your blue.
Wear your blue. Everybody can participate because it's just as simple as that. Picking out something blue that day.
And wearing it that day.
Wearing it that day, thinking about colon cancer awareness, and just telling people that I'm dressing in blue today to support colon cancer awareness. And hopefully we will, you know, spur some people on to get some things checked out, make sure that they're getting their screenings, and you know, that we save a life.
Yep. And we've got
that's the important part.
The technology at Baxter Regional Medical Center to do that. We've got our 3D tomosynthesis, which is 3D mammography, the absolute best in the world. We are I always get so excited when I talk about it because it's just incredible that we have it here in Mountain Home.
It is.
There's a very few hospitals throughout the entire country that have 3D tomosynthesis, and it was in Europe for a number of years, and it was just February of 2010 that it was, or I'm sorry, of 2011 that it was FDA approved. Yep. So we have that. Now we have the Da Vinci.
Yes.
Robotic surgical system that less invasive. So I know that they're using that on prostate cancer right now.
Yes.
We've got surgeons, Dr. Lindsay and Dr. Decker, that are using that, and Dr. Bryant is using it for hysterectomies. So I know that sometimes when these various things come up, we've got the technology to take care of it.
We definitely do, and we're very, very blessed in doing that. So we hope everybody will dress in blue. We are also doing an event that day at noon. We are having the BRMC endoscopy department over to the Peitz House to talk about colon cancer awareness. So that'll be from noon to 1.
Barb Dyson doing that by any chance?
She may be.
Yeah, okay.
She may be. Sometimes she does it. Sometimes she sends one of her other nurses over. I think we've had just about everybody at one time or the other come over for that.
Well, no matter who attends.
It is. They do a great job. Yeah. We have one of the best endoscopy departments in the nation too. So. And I say that saying somebody, family member of mine has been through that, and they do a wonderful job over there. So they'll be talking about colon cancer awareness and what part they play in that for people, and taking questions from the floor and things like that. And we'll all be in blue.
And it's so important for everyone to educate themselves because as you said, they're empowered. things become less fearful the more educated you become.
Yes.
The more that you know, the less scary it is. So
absolutely, absolutely. And that's why we really encourage people to come to our support group meetings and come talk to someone that's been there. Because you can really get scared sometimes reading horror stories on the internet,
Right.
or the way the movies
Sure.
the way the movies portray things, and if that's all you're receiving, that can be very, very frightening. But to be able to talk to somebody that's been there and is sitting in front of you living a normal life, they've regained everything that they wanted to do back again.
Living a
They're
great life.
living a great life. They've lived through it, beyond it, is amazing. And it's amazing to me how many people will say, I'm glad that I went through cancer.
Really?
Yeah, and that, I don't know if I could say that, myself.
Well, it certainly puts a different perspective on a life that we may take for granted.
Exactly. And I think that's, a lot of them that,
It's
they
like,
get to that
wow,
part
we
and
are
they,
not,
and then they see also that they've overcome something.
And that they could do it.
And that
Absolutely.
they were able
I
to
can do
it,
this.
and that they were able to do it. So it's very encouraging to be around other people that feel that way, and you can really gain some strength.
And I know with you and I have had this conversation before that once someone is diagnosed with any type of cancer, they pretty much, that's the last thing they hear is, they sort of tune out to all they hear is cancer.
Oh yeah, it takes some time to sink in.
Yeah,
It takes some time
and thank goodness Peitz Cancer
Yes.
Support House is there with all of the wonderful resources. It's like walking into a home. It is a home. You walk into a house and you're met with good smells from the kitchen and warm, friendly faces and smiling faces, and just a whole warmth about the environment that you've created there at all these
we have
wonderful
such
folks.
wonderful, our volunteers are
How
just
many volunteers have you
top-notch.
got now?
I've got over 50 that
dear.
work with the Peitz House in
Yeah.
various forms
Yeah.
and things like that. So it's a very, very neat organization, and it's neat to see what different people bring to the table and how they help out.
You were mentioning yesterday when we had a brief conversation, and I know there was a time conflict on something you were doing, and it was that the yoga group was going to be in the activity room in the back, and the chatting needles
We'll be in the
we're going to be in the
room.
living room, and
Yes. So
it's a very
some days it
active
gets
house.
Yes,
Yeah.
sometimes it's very, very active, and and not only with those events, but then I have a group of volunteers that will meet people at the house and talk to them one-on-one. And
there's nothing better than to talk with someone who's been through it.
Absolutely.
To alleviate so many fears, needless
Absolutely.
fears in many cases
Yes.
that you may have
Yes.
because of the myths we've talked about earlier. So.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you're just overwhelmed, or how can I do this? And to be able to meet people that they can say, well, this is how you're going to do it.
Yep.
This is
This is it.
This is how you can do
how
it.
I did it.
And
me
then
through.
especially, and then to be in a support group meeting where you get that from maybe 10 different people. I did this, and I did this, and I did that. It really starts to open up the possibilities for you, and see that there doesn't have to be just one way to conquer this.
But
there's
conquer it
lots
you
of,
can.
Yes,
So.
there's lots of different ways to get through.
Regina, as always, it's always a delight to
Oh,
have
well,
you on the
thanks.
show.
Thanks. Well, we've got lots of other things that'll be going on too
Well,
in the
I'm going to have you
spring.
back on the show so we can
will.
talk about those,
We
okay?
will. That sounds wonderful.
I'd love to have you come back. Please tell everyone again how they can reach the Peitz Cancer Support House.
Yes, you can always give us a call, 508-2273. The best way to remember that is 508-CARE. Or stop by. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're located right across the street from the Klein Emergency Room Center. Just follow the signs to the ER parking. We share our parking lot with them. And when you turn in, you'll see the Peitz House sitting on the back side of the parking lot, where the little yellow house with the sign out front. So just stop by.
Stop by. Thank you so much
Oh,
again
you're
for
welcome.
being here. Thank you for joining us today for BRMC's Healthy Connections. We hope you learned a lot. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone. Anyone, loved one of yours or yourself that may be experiencing just newly diagnosed with cancer, get informed and get some help. It's all right here waiting for you. Thanks so much for joining us.